It's only common sense. I mean, he's only stating the fucking obvious, right? It's supposed to be obvious, right? That's supposed to be an obvious statement, right? America's supposed to be for Americans, right?
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be
ashamed of yourself.
That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed.
Is that Jasmine Crockett? Is that Jasmine Crockett screaming? Shut up, Jasmine! Congressman Crockett, shut up! How we shut him up? Ooh, they're angry. They're angry. Ooh, look at them. Gotta get a screenshot. They pissed.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. Stop illegal aliens and others.
Bing, bing.
We're
Bong,
unpermitted
bong.
persons from voting.
Bing, 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 bong, bong.
American elections. That cheating is rampant.
Rampant cheaters.
Rampant
cheating.
It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
Gotta show your voter ID. Hello, sir. Can I see your voter ID? I don't have no voter ID. Okay, sign here. You're okay. Go ahead and vote. No problem. Does not matter. You just gotta have your voter ID, you know?
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
You gotta prove that you're a citizen. Well, what if my government gave me a fucking bullshit state license or state identification?
No more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel.
Ooh, I gotta go to Israel. Can you take a mail-in ballot? On vacation.
It should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats.
89%.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy.
He thinks the communist mayor's a nice guy.
Policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a social security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Bull rush! Power rush! Trump is demanding that people show the driver's license to vote. How dare he? How unconstitutional.
The reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one.
They want to cheat us.
They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
You got to stop it, John. I'm with you, Donnie. I hear you loud and clear. I'm always here with you, Donnie. John is always looking out for you. John,
here's one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents.
I'm a boy, not a girl.
Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home
Transsexual.
after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time.
Oh
But
no.
today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty.
It was a girl? They made the girl a boy? She went like this. Uh-oh, she doesn't look good. She looks a little out of it. She looks a little autistic. Ooh, something's going on there. Uh-oh. Her eyes are shut the whole time. Ay, ay, ay. It was...
Thank you for your great bravery.
Oh no, they cut that poor girl's tits off and said it was a boy. It was a girl. Why would they do that to somebody? That's sick.
What's wrong with him?
What's wrong with these people?
Because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed.
Honey, you're not a girl. You're a boy.
To a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that?
A new gender. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but you just can't give someone a new gender. It's like you just can't do that. It's not good for the genders. It's not good for the persons. Lots of complications when you're a boy, but the whole world said you're a girl.
Are crazy.
Crazy.
They're crazy.
Crazy. Fucking crazy. These people are fucking crazy. That could be hate speech. Can't talk about a gender pronoun.
Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time.
Gotcha. Nick of time.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it?
She's a movie star, Melania.
I believe that.
Melania's a movie star.
She has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot.
She gets it all.
Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that.
It's because she's hot.
Students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed.
It's almost St. Patty's Day.
We welcome young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact. Sierra Burns and Everest. Thank you both.
We know what we're wearing for St. Patty's Day.
Thank you, brother.
The State of the Union is strong. Emperor Palpatine gives his annual remarks to his slaves. Turbo Trump 2560. America first
I'm very proud
forever.
to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God.
God's coming back in a big way. We almost forgot about him, but now we remember God again in our lives. Might have something to do with the economy.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy.
Ah, Charlie. Who killed Charlie Kirk? Everybody wants to know who killed the guy. Why would they kill him? Was it that trans?
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin.
Oh,
And martyred, really martyred for his beliefs.
martyr.
His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Stand up, Erica. Oh, we got to get a look. Oh, oh. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Did she have anything to do with it? Does she know something we don't know? Maybe.
Into a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God.
One nation under
We
God.
must totally reject political violence of any kind.
No more assassinations. No more assassinations. They're not good for business. Without the commissions, okay, you can't assassinate a made guy.
And we love bringing it back. And it's coming back at levels that
Jesus is coming back.
Beautiful thing to see.
Fast.
Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our community safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zuretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman.
Beautiful.
Irina fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail.
No cash bail.
Stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on the train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on her face as she looked at the attacker and instantly. He had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill. Mrs. Zuretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter.
That means he's got to hang or be shot to death by a firing squad after a judge finds him guilty of murder and sentences him to capital punishment. That's right. That's what justice is. If he don't hang, then there's no justice. The guy's got a retirement package now in prison.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
Stay there or be capitally punished and buried in the back of the prison yard. Sorry, it's $75,000 a year to house you. It's expensive.
I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success.
Memphis.
New Orleans,
New Orleans.
Louisiana, big success. And our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore.
No more crime.
DC. How did that happen?
Can't fake the crime stats no more, baby. Hello?
In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago.
High to low. High to low. Everything. High to low.
I don't like to hear that. One of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and
by an
shot in
Afghani
the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan.
that Darren LaHood voted yay to come into the country. Darren LaHood, the 16th district, that son of a bitch,
Traveled here.
voted yay on the National Afghan Resettlement Act. That motherfucker. Do not vote for Darren LaHood.
Ekstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to
Request a Republican ballot and write in John Kitover. Don't vote for Paul Nolley. He's already got the Democrat nomination, just like Darren LaHood. But you can vote out Darren LaHood right now if you want. Just write in John Kitover. Don't vote for Darren LaHood. Don't do it. Go to johnforcongress.com right now.
So sorry. Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. Two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone. But his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melanie? She turned out to be right.
We are an hour and 15 minutes into this strong State of the Union. Strong. Can you feel the strength of the Union? The Democrats won't even stand.
Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Oh, shit. Andrew's all. Andrew. Oh, shit. He stood up. Guy got shot in the head and he's standing up in his suit. Wow, what a patriot. Every fucking congressperson that voted for the Afghan resettlement act should be arrested. Trump should literally call in the National Guard and have like fucking 100 Democrats arrested on the spot right now. That's what he really should do. He should pull a Saddam Hussein on everybody in the State of the Union and say, it looks like we got a lot of traitors. We're not putting up with it anymore. We're going to arrest them right here, right now. They'll have to deal with the legal repercussions. Lawfare! Tonight at the State of the Union, we're making arrests now. I'm calling in the National Guard, and I'm seizing control of the Congress. Over 100 Democrats have been arrested for fraud, waste, and abuse, and destroying America. Donald Trump has declared an insurrection. A real one this time. Not a Nancy Pelosi one. Over 150 Democrats have been arrested tonight at the State of the Union address, causing extreme concern amongst Republicans. What is the future of the nation?
We love you all.
We love you too, Donnie.
We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia.
We were involved in 8 fucking wars? 8 wars under Joe Biden? We were involved in 8 wars. Nobody told us about it.
It would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia.
Really? Maybe you should have let him die. Fuck it.
Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda.
All the swinging dicks on the Congo.
At a very low level, it's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
You're welcome, Mr. President, anytime. Here to build, here to serve, here to profit. Looking forward to making you the king of the Gaza Strip when we build the first $100 billion real estate project.
I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you.
Marco Polo! Marco Polo! Little Marco! Where are you, little Marco? I can't see you. You're so short. Little Marco! Little Marco!
People like you.
People like you.
Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think you'll go down as the best ever.
Marco!
Under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that?
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? You did it, Donnie! You did it!
Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. It was an amazing period of time. They came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those
hundreds of hostages, huh?
We got them back.
What?
But we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead, of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug, and they dug, and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found.
What?
Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible.
Mr. President, the Department of Homeland Security is still shut down. Maybe we should get on that and continue the mass deportations as soon as possible, instead of talking about the hostages over in Israel. I thought this was supposed to be an America First speech, not an Israel First speech, Mr. President. Stay on topic. Wow, I never heard people cheer so loud for Israel.
We're working very hard to end the ninth war the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine.
Oy
25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month.
25,000 people are dying a month? 1,000 a day?
A month.
Oh my God, 800 people are dying a day, killing each other with pickaxes, rifles, drones? Is it really that high, Mountain? You believe that figure?
Wherever we must. That's why in a
You think almost 1,000 soldiers are killing each other a day? You think so, Mountain? I know we're sending $300 billion over there.
Known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
Midnight Hammer! Operation Midnight Hammer! What was Operation Midnight Hammer?
For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism, death, and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb. And just over the last couple of months with the protests,
Al Green had a sign that said black people aren't apes.
Looks like 32,000 protests. 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer,
Midnight Hammer!
To make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, in particular nuclear weapons, yet they continue starting it all over. We wiped it out and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
And at this very moment, I have launched a new strike on Iran as I am speaking. Approximately 2 hours ago, we have bombed the shit out of Tehran.
We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong.
Ooh.
Because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power. It's really called peace through strength.
Peace through infinite debt. Peace through spending in the Middle East. Peace through the Federal Reserve borrowing and spending infinite amounts of money, trillions of dollars that we will never get, never have.
Two Republicans in Congress were investing that record number of
$1 trillion.
Have no choice.
Got no choice. Got to do it. We got to do it.
Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not
doing it
for that reason. Because as I said,
we're not doing it for the jobs.
We're working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. They just agreed at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all.
Ooh.
Now they're paying 5 as opposed
Now
to.
they gotta pay for it instead of us, so we can spend that money on other shit, right? They gotta up their spend. That means they gotta got Raytheon, Boeing more money.
Was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily.
We got it. You got to buy these planes. You got to buy these rifles. You got to buy these landmines. You got to buy these submarines. You got to buy these battle tanks. If you don't buy them and you don't up your spend, well, we're not going to fight to the death for you against Russia.
Ukraine is sent through NATO and they pay us in full. They pay us
in full.
Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting.
Everybody's going in because there ain't no such thing as jobs. You got to join the war against Russia. We got to go fight for Ukraine. Go die for that faggot motherfucker.
And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,700.
Ooh, sweet dividends. A warrior dividend. A warrior dividend. Here's $1,700. You are helping to defend the empire. It's not in the Constitution, but fuck it.
Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long.
It won't take long at all. We're going to rebuild it all.
$175, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number?
What's the number?
$175. I said, wait a minute. For $1 more, we can have $1,776.
Ooh, good one, Donnie.
We're going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. $1 more. I said $1,776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it. So we're honored to do it. They deserve it.
Thanks for the $1,700 bucks.
$1,776. It was great. And we love our military.
We love them because they keep us free.
We love our firemen. We're also.
We love firemen. Always have, always will. They keep us safe when our homes are burning. They help pull us out of a home while it's on fire and we're sleeping. They're beautiful.
American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests.
Greenland.
Our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference for years. Large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico.
Ooh.
Really large parts of Mexico.
Woo.
Have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
Ooh, don't take any fentanyl. It's a WMD. Are you trying to sell WMDs? Because I think Iran's trying to get one now.
We have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably
Ooh, water or sea.
Very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartels.
Nobody wants to go fishing because they're afraid of getting blown up.
In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive, very impressive.
Very impressive.
They couldn't believe, they all watched, they saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to tie. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby. Because we did that.
Space Force is my baby. Space Force, my baby. I gave birth to that baby. That agency is going to take us to the next level of war in outer space. Whoa, trees in outer space. Boom!
And America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
Maduro! We got Nicholas sitting in a prison cell right now.
This was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
Enrique! Enrique es la libertad de gratis. Aquí ahora, he aquí el contero de 10 poquitos pescados del mundo. ¡Que Dios te bendiga, Enrique! Oh, what a surprise! Enrique is free. Free from the Caracas prison system. Infamosa.
There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro. Really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It's a massive Chinook.
Helicopter.
Many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one.
Sure.
Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night.
And Chinooks suck. I can't believe they took a Chinook.
Heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers.
Apparently, it wasn't that major.
Russian and Chinese military technology.
Holy shit!
How did that work out? Not too good. While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter, to deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine guns stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission, probably would have had maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing. People knew it was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy, Eric, and Amy. Come on in.
Come on down! You're next on The Price is Right. Nobody can see him. Holy shit, this guy's a beast. This guy's a fucking beast. He's like 7 foot of raw power. He's a Marine. Oh shit, and somebody's holding medals.
So we have a surprise for Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our
Oh my God, he's getting the Medal of Honor.
Award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Whoa! Eddie's on a walker. Semper Fi, do or die, gung ho, gung ho, hoorah! Oh my God.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg. We have it back. We brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House. And Eric will be there. Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Wow, he's 100 getting the Medal of Honor. Triumph of the will!
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it. If they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday. But you know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing, and it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you.
Trump's gonna give himself the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. 2 of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago. 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters,
it's an hour and 47 minutes into the speech.
13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness.
Then we created Hollywood in Los Angeles.
Very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together we mastered the world's mightiest industries, shattered history's monstrous tyrannies.
Ray-Ban, get your meta glasses now!
Communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel, and then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world.
Made in China. China.
Is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country.
We built this city.
Still carry the hopes and freedoms.
We built this city.
For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome.
Working God's miracles,
no frontier
one day at a
for
time.
us to conquer. No dream too bold for us to chase. No horizon too distant for us to claim.
It's very bright in these lights. You got a lot of LED.
Providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious.
Did he say bolder?
Before.
Brighter and bolder.
And God bless America.
God bless America. God bless America. God bless America. God bless America. You did it, Donnie. You did it again. Another strong State of the Union. So strong. Very strong. Exceptionally strong. You did it. You did it, Donnie. Oh my God, what a speech. What a speech. What a speech. There's Darren LaHood. There's Thomas Massey. Massey's got a big old shit smiling grin on his face. Everybody can go home. That's it. 1 hour and 50 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard it live here. Rabbanu Shalom, we did it. We live streamed the whole thing on about 30 cell phones on 2 floors in 5 houses across maybe 30 different YouTube accounts. I'm going to go downstairs and see. It's like putting out fishing nets, and then you see how many fish you caught. We're going to go check on the numbers here. Rabbanu Shalom, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to get you some real-time feedback from the community, people who are in the lifestyle.
Standing
right? And we have the book and we can read it for ourselves. Shouldn't some of these doctrines that people are holding on to just fall away with like the purity of the word? Like,
yeah, that's true. It would, but there's a lot of money at play.
Well, because you're boasting, you want to be gang click type. That's what it is.
Gang click that,
bro. That's what that comes down to. If you just
Okay, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna end all these YouTube live streams, and then I'm gonna go adjust all my other YouTube live streams. Hope you enjoyed this live stream.